Today I have an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you how I edit my YouTube videos from start to finish. I've learned a few things over the last year, so I thought I would throw you guys a couple of my tips and tricks, and maybe I could help a few of you out. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of backstory. When I started my channel, it was March 1st, 2020. I had zero clue how to edit a video. All I had was my boyfriend's MacBook and iMOVIE that came with the MacBook. So it took me 6 hours plus to edit a 10-minute video. And when you work a full-time job, do you really have the time and energy to be editing videos for hours on end? I honestly have almost gotten my editing down to a science, and I'm going to take you guys from the beginning to the end of how I edit my videos, and then a few editing tricks I've picked up that I like to implement in my videos just to make them a little more interesting to the viewer. Hopefully you can pull at least 1 or 2 tips and tricks to make your life a little bit easier from one beginner to another. So let's get on with the video. So the first day of editing is definitely the most meticulous. This is when I take all of the raw footage and I basically chop it into little pieces and take out the parts that I don't like and rearrange it into ways that I do like. Start with the very basics. First thing you need to do is create a movie on iMOVIE. You just click the plus and then you go to import your media and you just pull it from wherever you store it on your computer. And then you can drag and drop all of your different video clips onto the workstation, I don't know what it's called, of the iMOVIE, or you can simply highlight them all and drag them all down at the same time if you know that they're in the correct order. So that's kind of what I like to do. And then I get right into editing out my breaths. So I hate when there's just a bunch of empty white noise in videos. So if I see a big gap where I'm like taking a breath or I'm taking a pause, I like to edit that part out of the video. So the easiest way to do this for me is I just control right click it, and then I split the clip. I drag the clip, or I would like to delete the video onto. I split the clip, drag the clip over, and deleted that long breath. There are also situations where I just feel like I'm not articulating myself the best. So the great thing is you don't have to say everything perfectly when you're recording a video. You can easily just edit out the mistakes. So here's an example of me doing that. I feel like I was just stumbling over my words a little bit, so I kind of cut around the video to make it sound more coherent. I figured this could be a helpful video for you guys. This could be a helpful video for you guys. Also, on that same note, a lot of times, maybe when you're talking to the camera, you can be a little bit jumbled and say things out of order. So when I'm editing, I like to make my thought process seem a lot more clear and coherent. You can easily just split the clip like I showed you earlier by doing right click C, or a shortcut to split clips is you can do Command B, but then you can just split up the clip wherever you want to and drag it to the correct location in the video. Another thing I like to do my first day of editing videos is I like to pick my thumbnail. So usually what I do is I either take a separate video of me posing for the thumbnail, I just let the video roll and I pose in different ways, like, okay, you get the idea. Or if I forget to do that, a lot of times I'll just go through the footage and find a part of me talking where I feel like my face doesn't look awful, and then I will add a freeze frame there. For this video, I actually recorded myself posing with my product empties box. So I kind of watch that video footage, and then when I see a pose that I like enough for a thumbnail, that is when you can right click the video using the control, and then you click add freeze frame. So I watch the whole entire roll of me posing. I add a bunch of freeze frames to the video. And then after I do that, I maximize my screen on iMOVIE and I screenshot all of the freeze frames I added. So to screenshot on a MacBook, you just do Command-Shift-3. And then after that, I mean, it saves a screenshot to your desktop and you can easily use those for your thumbnail, take them to wherever you want to edit them. So that's just an easy way to get a thumbnail that doesn't require too much effort. Just honestly record yourself doing a bunch of random poses that you feel so stupid doing, and then add freeze frames, screenshot those, and you're good to go. So another thing I like to do my first day of editing when I'm just going through the raw footage is, you know that thing you see YouTubers do a lot where they either crop into the screen or they zoom into the screen slowly. The first thing that I talked about where you crop into the screen is called crop to fill, and then the second one where you zoom in slowly is called Ken Burns. And iMOVIE makes it really easy to do both. So when I was editing this video, I just saw a part of me talking that I wanted to emphasize. And I don't know, I like to emphasize by either cropping to fill or Ken burning it. So this first example is gonna be me doing a crop to fill. All you do is you hit the crop button in the iMOVIE and then you click crop to fill and you drag it to where you want the screen to be cropped to. So I really like to Ken Burns my videos if I'm like kind of going on a tangent. I just think it's funny to kind of emphasize me going on a tangent through Ken Burns. Just like with the crop to fill function, you click the crop button on the iMovies and then they have the Ken Burns option, and then you'll see that it has both a start and an end screen, and you can drag those however you want. So you can either have the screen start big and zoom in smaller, or you can have the screen start small and zoom out larger depending on how you arrange the start end screens. So now we're really getting into my second day of editing my videos, and this is where I like to kind of add some interest to my videos with overlays. I did not know how to do overlays for the longest time, and then I discovered Keynote and my life was changed forever. Keynote is just an application that comes with your MacBook built into it, and you can use it for video editing, and it's honestly a lifesaver. You can use it if you want to do green screens, if you just want to do an overlay, if you want to add words onto your video, all those kinds of things. Keynote is the answer. So I'm going to show you all the different ways that I use Keynote. Starting to use Keynote is pretty easy. You just pull up the application on your computer and then you click New Document. I just click My Presentation, the black one, doesn't matter what you click. From this point, you can change it, customize it however you want. I just kind of change the background to be whatever color I'm feeling that day. Today, I was feeling periwinkle vibes. And then you never would have guessed it. You can change the type, you can change the words to say whatever you want. You can change the font, you can change the text size. You can even animate your text using the animate button in Keynote. But I'm just gonna keep it simple. So this is where I like to create my title screens for my video, you know, where it pops in and it says Sydney Nicole, or it says Sydney Nicole _ YouTube, or welcome to my channel. So I just use Keynote, write whatever the heck I want in it, do whatever background I want, whatever font, etc. Another thing I like to do on Keynote is when I'm like introducing a product, like say I was talking about cats today, I like to put that subject as an overlay. So like for instance, today I'm talking about cats, you see? So I make those, and then all you gotta do after that is save your Keynote. You just export the video and you export it to QuickTime, you save it as whatever the heck you want, and then it creates a movie for you. So after you have your Keynote overlay created, it's really easy to just import it into iMOVIE, just like you imported all of the different video footage that you're gonna be using to edit. So I just simply import that footage into the video so it's part of the media that I'm working with. Then one of the ways I like to use overlays, you can just drag them in between clips. This is like what I like to do for my intro videos. And then one thing I like to do so it kind of meshes a little bit better is I will split a clip and I'll separate the audio so that when you're watching these overlays, it kind of just meshes better with the video. Here, I'll show you. This video. Today I'm going to be, oh, there's my dog, squeak-a-leakin'. Another way I like to use these files or pictures I make in Keynote is as overlay clips. So to do this, literally all you have to do is drag whatever you made in Keynote over top of the video. For instance, I like to do it when I'm talking about something and I want to emphasize it. I'll do an overlay with whatever I'm talking about. So another thing I like to do with overlays is really create interest when I'm filming different kind of clothing hauls or product hauls. For instance, say I'm holding up a product. I don't want to just show me holding up a product. I like to differentiate the product shots from me talking by putting the product shots in as an overlay. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. What I like to do is I just use the same overlay I use for my intro of my video just so the color is consistent. So you just drag and drop whatever you want the background color of the product shot to be. And then if you want the product shot to be on top of the colored background, you drag that product shot on top of the overlay. So then that product shot is going to be on top of the purple colored background. And then what you need to do is you go to on the top bar of editing, you go to the little 2 rectangles on the left, you click on that, and then you use the option picture in a picture, and then you can drag the product shot to be whatever size you want. So I just like to have a little border around it. And then one thing you want to make sure, I like to put 0.0 time for the fade in, because I just don't like that fade in effect. As far as getting the audio that I want for the product shot, after I figure out the length of the product shot, I overlap that over the video that comes directly after. So then you can see, okay, this is how much time it is taking up. After that, you do control left click, and like I showed you earlier, you can detach the audio, put the product shot back over the overlay, and then you can drag the audio to be part of the whole product shot, and then obviously delete the empty videos after, because that would just be weird if you kept them. So I know it's confusing. I'm gonna show you what it looks like afterwards. So this is the under eye moisturizer I used. I think it lasted me. So now I'm just gonna show you guys me doing this whole product shot overlay process again, because I know it might be confusing. So maybe if you see it a second time, it'll make it a little bit more easy to understand.
Yeah.
So say you want to keep the formatting of whatever overlay you're working on consistent throughout the video. After you complete your first overlay, you don't need to redo that every single time. There is an easy shortcut you can do. You can simply copy the first overlay that you did and then paste the formatting on all future overlays you have in the video, just so you don't have to waste so much time redoing it over and over again. So all I do to copy it is I click on the video, I Command C that to copy the formatting, and then I scroll over to the new overlay I'm working on, and then you just go to edit, paste adjustments, all, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, it copied the exact same formatting from the overlay that I did first. So that's just a little shortcut. You don't have to do it every single time. Another thing to note I'm showing here is you want to turn off the audio of the overlay just so it's as crisp as possible. Also, another thing to note, I like to put little sound effects in my videos. Whenever I do overlays like this or product shots, I like to put in the mouse click sound effect just to make it look like I'm clicking to get to a new screen. There's like copy-free sound effects you can download from YouTube, and that's what I did. But I just like to do this just to add a little something to my videos. So the next thing I like to add into my video are little transitions. So like for instance, after I do my introduction of my video, I like to put transition into the main part of the video. And you do this by clicking the transition button in iMOVIE and then just dragging and dropping it into the video. And then I like to put another like sound effect into it. I actually use sound effect from just the audio file. I use a golf hit, and I just like to turn down the volume a little bit so it's not so deafening. But yeah, that's just an example of a little transition I like to do. I'm gonna like work in category. So another thing I like to do is to actually use screen recordings as their own little overlay. So a lot of times I refer to different videos in my YouTube videos. So I'll be like, last week I recorded about this. I like to screen record. I like to go to YouTube and screen record that YouTube video and then use that as an overlay. So same thing as what you do with the overlays you make in Keystone. You just import it to the library and then you can just drag it where you want it to be present in the video. So you'll see here I have a little overlay that I screen recorded from YouTube. It's me talking about skincare. Shocking, and I just included it as an overlay just to add a little bit of interest, and so you know exactly what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it in the video. Another thing to note is you can adjust the frame of the overlay by clicking on the crop feature once again, and then you can just drag it using the crop to fill up the screen however you want it to. So I also like to just add pictures to my videos as pop-ups, and I'm gonna show you how I like to do that. Once again, you take a screenshot or a picture, whatever you wanna add into your video, you upload it to the library, and then you can just drag it wherever you want it to be. Click the far left button in the editor, click picture in picture, and then after that, you can just drag the picture to be wherever you want it on the screen. You can adjust the size of it. And then another thing I like to do is I like to put the bottle cork sound, which is a key sound I feel like a lot of YouTubers use, and it's from just the sound library. So the last overlays I'm gonna be talking about is actually the green screen effect in iMovie. And once again, we're gonna use our handy dandy keynote. The key to using the green screen effect on iMovie is you need to make sure the background on the keynote that you make is green or blue. Either color, doesn't matter what shade of green or blue it is, just make sure it's in that color family. So you can type whatever you want in it. So I like to use this if I like make a mistake talking, just to have it pop up on the screen to correct myself. So you just export it like you do any other thing you make on Keynote, and you can easily add it into the video. We put it on top of the video like an overlay. Then after you do that, click the far left editing button, click the green screen option, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, the green screen is gone and all you can see is the text. So I also like to use this green screen effect when I do like my intro pop-up. So when I put subscribe at the bottom of the screen, I'll show you here. That's another example of using the green screen effect. I am now gonna be talking about my third day of editing. This is usually the quickest day of editing. Honestly, all I do on my third day of editing is just put in any kind of music I want. I always put the audio or the music into my videos last, just because I know there's gonna be a lot of cutting clips in the videos going on, and if I add the music first, it's not gonna be in the correct part of the video after I cut the video up. One thing to keep in mind with music is you need it to be copyright free, because YouTube loves to do copyright claim. Not that I would know because I'm not monetized, but you want to make sure your music's copyright free. And my favorite place to get copyright free music is audiolibrary.com. So when I go to this website, I like to search by mood. And honestly, I just clicked on the first song and I liked it. So you get to just preview the song, and if you like it, you can easily download it to use in your videos. So you just click the download button. Make sure you click the copy license button, because you're going to need to list that whole little blurb at the bottom of your video just to make sure that you don't get copyrighted. It basically just says, hey, this music isn't mine. And then what you do, you have to like the artist on Spotify to get it for free, and then I download it directly to iTunes, and then you can actually access iTunes. In iMovie, you just drag the music that you want from iTunes directly into the iMovie editing studio. I like to put it at the very bottom of the studio just to make sure I'm not interfering with any of the pop-up sound effects I put in. And one thing I didn't know for the longest time is that you can like phase in and phase out music, so it slowly ramps up or it slowly gets quieter, and it kind of blends well with your video. So you just do that by drag from the right or from the left, whichever side you're trying to phase in or phase out. And here you'll see what it sounds like. Today I'm going to be... So guys, that was actually everything I could think of as far as my editing process goes, and all the tips and tricks I've acquired throughout the last year. I know that was a lot. It might have been a little bit confusing. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the video, and if you want more videos like this in the future, if there's something you want to know about specifically and maybe I went too fast or didn't show enough detail, if you'd like me to upload a video on specific topics related to this, let me know. If you guys like what you saw, please make sure to like and subscribe, and come back next week. I upload videos every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you guys know where to find me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye, haters.